This semester in this class, I realized that food is basically science that we eat. For this video, I'm going through 5 science concepts that I notice when I'm cooking. One thing I didn't really notice before this class was how gluten actually forms. When flour and water mix, 2 proteins in the flour come together and create gluten. That's what gives the bread its stretchy texture. Cookies don't have much water, so they don't form as much gluten, which is why cookies stay soft, kind of like bread. Once you understand that, it makes a lot more sense why different baked goods turn out the way that they do. Solid and liquid fats is another thing I learned. Cookies usually use solid fats like butter, which holds their shape longer in the oven. And that's one reason that cookies end up being thicker or chewier. Cakes use liquid oils, which make the batter runnier and the final cake more soft and moist. I never realized that the fat type mattered really this much, but now I can literally tell which fat is used just based on the texture. The Maillard reaction was another thing that I learned. That one was pretty cool to learn about. It's kind of what makes food turn golden brown and taste better. So when proteins and sugars heat up, they create a flavor, that brown color, something that you expect from like cookies or toast. Basically, browning equals flavor, and now you kind of see that. Once you learn that, you kind of see it more often. Fermentation shows up a lot in foods too. Yeast or bacteria kind of break down sugars and create a gas or an acid, and that's kind of what causes bread to rise. Fermentation changes food more than I ever realized. And now I actually know when I go to cook bread that that's what's going on in the bowl. Another thing is the water activity. Fresh fruits versus dried fruit or cookies, kind of. The water activity explains why the fruits, for example, spoil way faster than others. Foods with a lot of water, like cake or fruit, go bad really quick because there's a lot of moisture in there. And then, on the other hand, foods with lower water activity, like cookies or dried fruit, they stay better much longer. And you can kind of, once you know it, you can kind of figure out which foods will go bad faster, which foods won't. Overall, class kind of changed the way I looked at food, and now when I bake or when I'm cooking, I actually know what's kind of going on and how it changes my food. And I kind of know what reactions are happening and why they turn out that way. And it makes cooking feel a lot more like a science and more like an experiment.